Before we begin, we'd like to remind everyone that media and the press are not authorized to be on this call. If you are from the media or the press, please disconnect from the call now. The content presented on this conference call is proprietary to and/or subject to the copyrights of Jefferies or third parties. Further, as a matter of legal compliance, we remind you that you must not attempt to elicit from any speaker at this event any material non-public information or other confidential information, and accordingly, the speaker may decline to respond to any question in his or her sole discretion. You may not publish or otherwise publicly disclose the name of or otherwise identify the speakers unless Jefferies permits it in writing. Please note, this call is being recorded. By attending this event, you agree to all of these restrictions.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sheila Tayala with the Jefferies Aerospace, Defense and Airlines Equity Research Team. Thank you so much for joining us for our expert series where we decide to question random experts in the space. So Malcolm Bridgeport is the CEO and co-founder of Aero Agility. Malcolm, I think we reached out to you sometime over the summer of 2025, and I can't even recall where I found Aero Agility mentioned, but I'm going to let you take over and kind of go through Aero Agility's success with global customers. And you've been doing this for 35 years, managing software and technical solutions for your customers in the UK, US, and Europe. So maybe just if you could just tell the audience a little bit about yourself and Aero Agility.
Yeah, absolutely, Sheila. And first of all, a big thank you to you and Jefferies for inviting me. It's great to be on the call. So, as you say, I mean, I've been working in the industry for sort of 35 years. My background very much as a software developer. I started off doing control systems for nuclear reactors on submarines, and then I did work on flight simulators and then a lot of product work. And 16 years ago, I was lucky enough to be one of the founders of Aero Agility. And at that point, we'd worked together before, as many founders had, and we had sort of three key elements that we were very interested in. So one was making applications available over the internet. So some of us had sort of worked from the mid-90s in some of the earliest sort of internet business applications. So a lot of experience in that area. Also a big interest in software agents as a way of sort of representing a problem. So in particular, a sort of business entity, if you represent it with different software agents, so you might have a software agent that represents a key person, like a planner or a forecaster or an accountant. You might also have software agents that represent key parts of your business, like assets, like aircraft or facilities, warehouses. And we'd already done a lot of work on software agents, and we thought that was a really good way to represent an enterprise and see how that works. And really, the third key piece was that some of us had a lot of experience in defense and aerospace. And what in particular we sort of identified that the agent technology was very good. If you're dealing with complex assets where you've also got challenges that you want to look out over many years, this is where our sort of capability is really helpful. And we started, so in the early days, our first customer was Lockheed Martin, so Lockheed Martin Aeronautics. And originally, we worked with the F-22 program, where you've got an absolutely key strategic fleet for the US, and helping them with mods upgrades. So a key part of particularly any military aircraft, is ensuring that it's at the right level to do the missions it needs to do, which can involve quite complex modifications. And combined with that, whilst you might need to upgrade an entire fleet, you also need to make sure you've got the right number available on any given day. And critically, you've also got to consider many factors when you do this sort of work. So you may have restrictions on how quickly you can do the modifications. You may have restrictions around people, around tooling, around spares and kits. And you want to factor all of these in and come up with a plan that allows you to deliver the capabilities you need for your customer for a number of years. So we started with Lockheed Martin, and then on the Lockheed side,